Within each and every one of us resides a unique and indomitable spirit, an ethereal essence that knows no bounds and yearns for the sweet freedom that comes with embracing its full potential. Here, freedom is not a mere concept confined to the absence of external constraints or limitations. It transcends the superficial notion of living without physical bondage. While physically, freedom signifies the ability to move and act as we please, true freedom encompasses the autonomy to make choices aligned with our deepest desires, unburdened by societal expectations or the whims of others. From the simplest, to be told what to do, when to do, and how to live, to the more complex, where societal norms and cultural pressures dictate our paths, true freedom calls us to break free from these external chains. It beckons us to navigate through the maze of expectations and find our own unique way. But oftentimes, it is really just us who hold ourselves captive, trapped within the confines of our own minds. Alas, our earthly existence is often ensnared by the entanglement of chains, which firmly bind and confine our very being, restraining us from soaring to the heights of our boundless potential, with each link embodying an impediment that obstructs the realization of our true potential. The initial shackle that clutches our spirits is none other than fear itself, a potent force capable of rendering dreams unattainable. As wisely articulated by the illustrious Paulo Coelho, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Fear, like an oppressive specter, suffocates our imaginative prowess, immobilizes our endeavors, and restricts us to the realm of mere ordinariness. In most cases, fears leave you shackled in the dungeon of your own mind. The inability to break free from their grasp hinders your growth, stifles your potential, and confines you to a limited course of action. And liberation awaits those who dare to embark on the transformative journey of self-confrontation. And it is in the fearless confrontation of our deepest fears that we discover the true nature of our being. The second chain, doubt, a formidable adversary that dares to extinguish the flickering flames of our dreams. In the resonant words of Susie Kassem, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Here, doubt emerges as the silent killer, snuffing out the radiant glow of our potential with a relentless grip. Like a noxious weed, doubt strangles our aspirations and suffocates our faith in our abilities. Doubt is not inherently negative. It is an integral part of the human experience. It prompts us to seek more information, examine different perspectives, and evaluate the validity. Yet in its darkest manifestations, doubt transforms, breeds hesitation, and undermines our self-belief, casting shadows upon every path we tread and continues to do so unless we relinquish our power to it. The third chain, procrastination. At its core, procrastination can be seen as a manifestation of our human nature, a delicate balance between our desire for immediate gratification and the pursuit of long-term goals. Between the present moment and the future, where the allure of comfort and familiarity often outweighs the effort required for growth and accomplishment, we squandered precious opportunities and precious time. Procrastination is opportunity's assassin, Victor Khayyam boldly states. This much is true, trapping us in a cycle of inaction as we avoid the discomfort and uncertainty that accompany taking the necessary steps towards our goals. Time becomes both a companion and an adversary. We convince ourselves that there is always tomorrow, that we have ample time to tackle the task at hand. We convince ourselves that we need more time, more resources, or more information before we can begin. Yet, in reality, it is often the act of starting that brings clarity and momentum, breaking through the inertia and paving the way for progress. The fourth chain, comparison. As social beings, we seek to understand ourselves in relation to others, to gauge our progress and measure our worth through the lens of external reference points. In this process, we often find ourselves oscillating between the two extremes of comparison, inspiration and inadequacy. On one hand, inspiration, an avenue through which we witness the heights of human potential. When we encounter individuals who embody the qualities, skills, or achievements we aspire to, it can ignite a spark within us. On the other, in a world inundated with curated images and highlight reels, it is easy to fall into the trap of comparison that leaves us feeling deficient or unworthy. We may find ourselves constantly measuring ourselves against societal standards, plagued by thoughts of not being enough, smart enough, attractive enough, successful enough. It is easy to forget that the human experience is multifaceted and multidimensional. No single metric or parameter can encapsulate the full breadth of a person's being. Each individual is on their unique path, influenced by their own circumstances, challenges, and triumphs. We cannot fully understand or appreciate the depth of another's journey, nor can they fully comprehend ours. Theodore Roosevelt astutely observed, "Comparison is the thief of joy." By incessantly comparing ourselves to others, we become trapped in a futile race, blind to our own unique talents and potential, and therefore we must liberate ourselves from this destructive cycle, embracing our individuality and cultivating gratitude for our own precious gifts. The fifth chain, expectations. Expectations in their essence are projections of desires, hopes, and standards upon ourselves and others. They serve as signposts along the journey of life, offering glimpses of what could be, stirring the fires of ambition, and inviting us to strive for more. They shape our personal aspirations, driving us to set goals and pursue excellence. You see, when expectations transcend the realm of possibility, becoming rigid and unforgiving, they can morph into a relentless taskmaster, demanding the impossible and setting us up for greater disappointment. "Life is so much brighter when we focus on what truly matters," said the wise Confucius. We are often bogged down by societal and self-imposed expectations, losing sight of our authentic desires and passions. We must release these burdensome expectations, reorienting ourselves towards the pursuit of our true purpose that lie beyond the boundaries of our own projections. The sixth chain, negativity. This arises from the stories we tell ourselves, the interpretations we assign to events, and the meaning we ascribe to experiences that churn out in our head repeatedly. Walt Whitman once declared, "Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you." Negativity is a dark cloud hovering over our lives, poisoning our thoughts and obscuring our vision of the future. It seeps into our interactions, coloring our words and actions with cynicism, judgment, and resentment. We must dispel this darkness, cultivating a mindset of positivity and resilience that will illuminate our path to personal freedom. The seventh and final chain, complacency, disguises itself as contentment, leading us to believe that we have reached a pinnacle of satisfaction, when in reality it is an insidious barrier that prevents us from realizing our true potential. We often celebrate conformity and rewards conformity, inadvertently reinforcing the notion that playing it safe and maintaining the status quo is the path to success. The greatest enemy of success is not failure, it is complacency, warned John C. Maxwell. Complacency lulls us into a dangerous sense of comfort, blinding us to the endless possibilities that lie just beyond our reach. Thus, we ought to shun this seductive trap, constantly striving for growth and self-improvement as we journey along the whimsical path to personal freedom. At its most elemental level, freedom can be understood as the absence of external constraints or limitations. But the question is, whether we can genuinely be free if we tell ourselves to register and apply all the rules and guidelines that supposedly define freedom. Proponents of a more nuanced view suggest that freedom and boundaries are not mutually exclusive. They argue that boundaries can provide a framework within which true freedom can flourish. These boundaries may manifest as ethical principles, social contracts, or personal values. They assert that without a certain degree of structure and guidelines, chaos and anarchy would prevail, leading to the erosion of essential freedoms for all individuals. From this perspective, true freedom is found not in the absence of boundaries, but in the ability to navigate within them consciously and with integrity. Freedom is not the absence of commitments, but the ability to choose and commit to what is meaningful. Paulo Coelho wrote and believed that genuine freedom is found in our capacity to make conscious choices and wholeheartedly commit ourselves to what holds significance in our lives. He reminds us that freedom is not a passive state but an active and intentional pursuit, requiring us to make deliberate decisions that resonate with our values and aspirations. The paradoxical truth reveals itself, defying conventional understanding. Freedom, the ability to transcend one's constraints of freedom, seems like the only way to set one free. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and contemplation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.